beautiful people. This is me, the Infinity Midwife, coming to you once again. I hope you're taking care of yourselves, your mind, your hearts, and your entire being. So I'm coming to you with another live tonight. I know it's late, but this is how we do. So first, let's just stabilize the energies for my people online who are plugging in. Shay. So first of all, I want to say thank y'all for everyone tuning in. Thank y'all for everyone sending donations. Thank you to everyone who's sending me energetically donating to my channel, to the things that I do. If you're not familiar, I would suggest that you go into my About tab or Bio tab and look for my link tree, so that you can, know about what I am, the type of work that I do, and, donate, support the channel, as, I do share a lot of valuable information with y'all. So I do appreciate when you do reciprocate, as, I'm utilizing my time, my energy to make sure that I do deliver something of sustenance to y'all. Okay. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. So welcome to this other episode where I channel messages from my ancestors. I welcome you. I also am, this channel is dedicated to the community, so to the collective, where these messages are here to help you alleviate your state of being. It is here to help you alleviate incurrency. It is here to help you tap into your true potential, your true inner potential. And so whether you are alive or you are transitioning or you are on the other side, my message is to bring balance on all sides of existence. So make sure you're locking this. Make sure, you are paying attention, because there's a lot of allegories. There's a lot of stories that I share, some of my own personal experience. And I'm grateful to be here. Super, super thankful and grateful. Ashe. So, you see, right now it's a time where things are changing, right? I've been talking about a change that was occurring, but right now we are entering into a new phase. Okay. And that phase of being, right, it's only controlled from within. So the new chapter, the new beginning, isn't necessarily something that's outside of you. Okay. It's an internal disposition. It's an internal knowing. It's an internal governance or government. It's an internal structure. It's an internal line of communication that you establish that will give you the ins on how to navigate this new beginning. Now, it may feel overwhelming if you're not used to connecting within. Now, I'm guilty of this as well, right? Sometimes I can be too much in my head, and then I have to make a change. I have to alchemize the energy into, getting back into my body, making sure that I stay and remain present, right? And that's ultimately due to my old way of being that liked being in control, because I felt so out of control inside of me. I felt like I was not, in that inner knowing of what was actually going on within me. I thought I was disconnected, right? So I needed to control the illusionary part of myself, which was that external reality. But then coming into doing the work, coming into realizing that, there's an entire internal world waiting for you to govern, or waiting for you to tap in so you can govern and co-create with that inner source, that I want to say, it's an infinite source of wisdom, infinite source of information that is just waiting for you to open up that box of knowledge, right? Yes. 1313. So ultimately, we're talking about change. Now, I did briefly talk about Anansi the spider, and how the spider is well aware of the change, is well aware of what is life as much as it is well aware of what is death, because it can play dead, right? So we did talk about that. Now, we're leaving out of that energy. So we're leaving out of these places of trauma, these places of deep wounding, these places of deep hurt that was disabling us into tapping into all that we really are. And so I just want to say, it's important that at this time, if you haven't done the internal work to really release, now is the time to do it. It's going to take a while, but ultimately, this is the time. Time is now, okay? Time is now. It's not tomorrow, it's now. Whatever you can do to put yourself in that state of being, whether it's through an affirmation, whether it's through you moving your body, whether it's through you focusing on your breath, whether it's through you acknowledging that emotion that is arising within you, right? It's going to express itself differently, but it's going to need for you to ultimately recognize it, acknowledge it. And what I'm sharing with you is just based off of, first of all, personal experience, and as well as, out of that personal experience of doing the work, you get to that realization that the work is working in your favor, but you got to stay committed to doing the work. So yes, that's my cue. Thank you. That's my cue. Oh, 33. Thank you, Ascended Masters. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for keeping me on my toes. Thank y'all for real. Thank y'all. So, what I got here is, wow. So we got 641. So again, new beginning, new projects, new reality, new way of thinking, new way of analyzing data, new way of responding to situations. You're birthing your greatest self. So you're leaving the cocoon that was maybe trapped in that spider web. You're leaving that cocoon and you are spreading your wings. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. I spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I do believe I fly, motherfucker. I fly. Y'all, let me stop. Let me stop. Oh my God. Okay. So 1, 4, and 6. What I'm getting with this ultimately is, right, you are stepping into the new version of you, the new version, or the version of you that you've always dreamed of. You've always dreamed of being bold, but you were shy most part of your life because you had that idea in mind that you needed to make yourself small. So you paid it no mind, but deep down within you, there was a desire, or there was an inner knowing that this was not your personality. That was not part of who you really are. It was just like a role, right, that was put onto you. Be timid, be shy, make yourself small. Do not consider yourself. Like, those are the voices that comes in your head, right? So you don't consider yourself. You don't love yourself really, because you're being told that you need to put yourself small. And that starts in childhood, right? And that's why, in raising children, you need to allow them to be themselves. Now, always instill structure, right? When there's a need to understand time, there's a need to understand routine, there's a need to understand that, everything is always repetitive, everything works in cycles, and there's always something to learn. So when you are in that state of being and, having that inner truth, you're no longer just, trying to control how the day is going to go, right? You just do you. And then if your children want to come and play with you and share, how their day is going, or approach you, you are present, right? So you receive. That's being that's being on the receiving end, right? You allow your children to show you love. And then there's going to be as well times where it's for you to return that love. And that love is going to be something unique to you. It can be through a song, right? Making sure that, some point during the day, you put on some music and you start dancing with your kids, right? It can be singing a song, listening to your kids sing. My children sing. Especially like the youngest one, he sings. Anyways, going back to what I was saying. So Angel is saying new beginning that is going to bring a lot of happiness, like a lot of celebrations, a lot of success. Like, there's going to be a lot of, I want to say recognition, but it's more than that. It's like reward. You're being rewarded to have made those, for you to have stepped into who you truly want to be. Right? And so you're going to see the evidence. You're going to see the evidence and you're going to be like, oh, okay, this is what it is. Thank you. So Angel, it was 1, 4, and 6. So that was the angel message pertaining to your identity. Your identity is changing. Who you said you were maybe, a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, it's not you. Like, it's someone else. It looks like you. It looks like the old you. It looks like a previous version of you, but it's no longer you in the now, right? You understand? Yeah. So it's requiring for you to be, in that chill mode. Celebrate. Be happy. Pat your back. Wow. And then we got Angel 515. So Angel 515, right? And now this deck of dice, I like to call it the moon message from the angels. The other one is the sun message because it pertains to your identity. But when it comes to the moon, things of the moon are more emotional. They're hidden. We don't necessarily see them, right? We can only feel them, right? So the moon reveals things to you, new feelings. So if you allow the moon, oh wow, if you allow to be in sync with this full moon, the moon is going to assist you into changing you on some very subconscious level. Like changing the smallest little things that you didn't even think, was there. Like the moon is going to get rid of it. The moon is going to bring to light that there's no more doubts, that there's no more second guessing, there's no more fears. I know that. There's no more fears. There's no more fear of dying. There's no more fear of making yourself big. There's no more those fears that used to creep and crawl within your bed at night. That's why we do nightmares. We do nightmares because we are not capable of recognizing like a part of ourselves that was there, but we've ignored it. Because a lot of horror movies of today, you're going to watch, like the more trauma there was in a horror movie, the more psychological complex it gets, right? Because there are layers of identities. There are layers of identities, under construct of identities because of a traumatic event. Right? And trauma can be perceived like something so minimal for someone can be so big. And then something so big for someone can be seen as so minimal for someone else that has not experienced it. So trauma is like relative. It cannot, wait, what am I saying? Trauma is not something that you can measure. Right? The range of trauma is different. Okay? So, thank you. So Angel 515, that is pertaining to the moon, is saying, allow for the moon to really change you. By remaining vulnerable to yourself, feel all that you need to feel, have love for yourself, and just allow for the bliss to come through. Allow for the discomfort being changed into comfort, because you're stepping into discomfort because that's new. It's a new version of you that you're breathing. And sometimes, right, you need to fully adapt. There's a period of time that you're going to have to adapt because you need to get acquainted with your new wings. You need to get acquainted with your new antennas. You need to get acquainted with the color of your wings. Before you didn't have wings, now you have wings. How do you fly them? What does it mean? All the colors on your wings. What is the coding? What is the signature? You're getting acquainted with your new system. Until the moon is doing those last changes, like a reformat. Sometimes when you do you're formatting a computer, that's like the longest time that it takes, because the coding was easy. You put in some numbers, repetitive numbers. There was a series that you needed to follow. Like the coding is easy. Entering the coding, that is super easy. But when it's time for you to start meshing the information, start sorting the information, start categorizing the information, knowing which box it goes. And then you have to use mathematics. You have to use science. You have to use many, You have to use many sequences, many different sequences, because, right, it is not it's different, right? When it's time for you to integrate all part of these different codes, these different series of codes, the computer is not going to be ready right away. It has to receive the information, analyze it, sort it, right? It has to recognize the patterns, recognize that, okay, it's getting used to this. And so that's why when you see like the bar on the computer and it says, loading or installing, 1:44 on the clock. Yay, confirmation. Thank you. So when you see, y'all, wait a minute. Ooh. Thank you. Okay. So 515 is saying ultimately allow the moon to finish the installation. So you got to stay motivated. You got to stay, it's a new beginning. You got to be kind of like, you're still in that stage of like, you've taken that leap of faith. You're into the unknown, but you're adapting. Right? Let's say, for instance, okay, I don't know, you're an animal. Let's say, I don't know. Okay, let's use the bear, for instance. Thank you. So the bear, okay, and we're not going to take any type of bear. We're just going to take like the bear that we know. We're not talking about grizzlies. We're talking about bears. Bears, usually they need to hibernate. Right? 6 months out of the year, they're going to be out in the sun, right? Treading in the forest, catching up some fish, some salmon, eating some honey, if that is even a thing, right? Like they're going to be living the wildlife. They're going to be on the wild side of life, right? That's their summer. That's the time when they enjoy the sun. Right? They enjoy the temperature. That's why they need to be out there. But what happens when fall comes in and then it starts getting colder? They go inside for a straight 6 months. You don't hear of them. You don't see them. Like if they go out, I don't even know why would they. But they stay in. They stay in for a straight 6 months. And what do they do in those 6 months? They ain't inside battling shit, okay? Let's just put it that way. They're calm, collected, cool, and sleeping. Most of all, they're sleeping. So it's funny because some other animals are like that too. What's it called? The beaver. The beaver is a Canadian animal. Well, that lives in the Canadian animal. Here's your passport, beaver. Oh, I'm Canadian. Thank you. Let me stop. So the beaver, right? So the beaver hibernates as well. And it's going to take a certain time, maybe around, I think it's in the end of February that the beaver is going to like show up and be like, this is when summer hits, or this is when we are coming out because we're done with winter. I don't even know. Do they control the temperature or something? I don't know. So Angel 515 is saying, allow the change. Because, it's like you're going from 5. Oh, okay. So you're going from 5 to a 1 and another 5. But then don't you see the change? Like this is dark. And then you're moving through like, I want to say the canal or like a black hole or like the mother's womb. You're exiting the mother's womb to come here in the light. Right? You can read it like that. And then because as above, so below, if I flip it, some people are going through this. They were out and about. Out and about, out and about, out and about, out. Okay? They were out and about, playing, chilling, eating all the salmon. Like, they was out and about. And they didn't get the memo that 6 months out of the... I'm just saying. They didn't get the memo that 6 months out of the year, they need to be inside to do some introspection, to sleep, to purge, to let it all come out. They didn't get the memo. So they were probably in the light, having all the fun, doing all the shit that they were supposed to not be doing. And so they enjoyed it. They overstayed their welcome. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all, let me not be that mean. let me not be that mean. That's my shadow. I'm telling y'all, I can be petty. I can be mean. I can be petty and I can be mean, but I choose not to. I choose to really stay on the humble path. Okay? Let me just say that. So yeah, it's really just, right? It's like a plant that's in the soil, and then some are going to choose to remain in there, and then some are going to choose to really sprout. Right? There are many ways to look at this, but I hope the message helps. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, water. Water. Thank you, Air Tribe. Okay. So let's move on. Do you love what I see when I look? Do you love what I see when you smile at me? That's nice. Okay, I like it. Okay, so we're going to use the love lingual. I feel like that was a love message. So we have presently transitioned over to the love message portion of the message. So, yeah, I hope you love the intermission. That's cute. So what is blah, blah, blah saying tonight for us to see, the type of love that we are getting, we are receiving, we are giving to ourselves, we are receiving from ourselves. As above, so below. 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 As above, as below. As above, so below. Okay. So the first card that we get is, actually we got 3. So the first one is couple. So this is a couple's card. And it says, what is your favorite thing I ever did for a special occasion for you? Oh, that's a cute one. What is your favorite thing I ever did for a special occasion for you? I like this card, and it's talking about couple. Now, because, I like to do things with a different perspective. When I look at this card, y'all know where I'm going with this. What is the favorite thing you've ever done for yourself on a special occasion? Let's think about this for a minute. Let's not. So, when I look at this card, what is really, really interesting is the highlighted portion that says special occasion. Now, for someone that doesn't really know what's a special occasion, really, let me stop. Where am I coming from with this? Hey, I did not want to channel accents tonight. Okay, let me stop. So, what is your favorite thing I ever did? Wait. What is the favorite thing you've ever done for yourself on a special occasion? So, we need to be able to ask ourselves the question, when are we being special for ourselves? Meaning, when you wake up in the morning, what is it that you like to do for you? Do you like to, drink black coffee? Be passionate about the sun that has just risen. Is it your kids, waking up your kids in the morning, singing them a small melody just for them to like overstand that they have come back into their bodies, and there's a nice melody waking them up. So what are the things that your favorite, right? Your favorite, but there can be many favorite. I've never heard of favorite should be one thing, right? Like you're going to have a favorite food. You're going to have a favorite shoe or a color, but all others exist as well. Like there's not just one thing that is favorite. You can love them all, basically. Love them all. So what are the special things that you do for yourself? And it doesn't necessarily need to be on a special occasion, like randomly. Like let's say you've worked your butt off. I don't know. You wanted to achieve something and you achieved it very, very quickly. And, instead of being like, okay, well, now that I've achieved this, now I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and then, and then I'll be there and then this is what I'm going to do and this is what we're going to do and that is what I'm going to do. And then you're like, well, hold on now. Like you just missed the biggest celebration of a milestone. Like, hey, come back here. You're going too fast. Come here. Hey, look at this. Hey, get your attention here. Like, you just crossed a milestone and shit. Like, this needs to be celebrated, right? So we celebrate ourselves and we do it in our own way. And you don't mind sharing it. Come on now. You are celebrating you. And in celebrating you, you are attracting all those that are going to celebrate you as well. That's why you got to celebrate. Baby, celebrate. Celebrate yourself, baby. Sex and intimacy. We moving to murky waters. How did you learn about sex? That's a trigger warning one. Hey, people, y'all, this is a trigger warning. Be careful here. Trigger warning. So that's a very trigger warning card. Now, they use a lot of psychology that goes into these games, and it's very cool. But then you got to understand, like, some people live double lives. I'm serious. And I did once too. Right? We all live double lives. We present a certain aspect of ourselves to different people on random or on any occasions just to show that you measure up to their expectations. But what about your expectations toward yourself? Have you some? So all this to say, where was I going with this? For real though, you guys. Yo, wait. Hey, let me take a breather. What's going on? Okay. I know what it is. Okay. So we'll attend to that. So how did you learn about sex? So again, that's a very trigger warning question. And I feel like this game is pretty much like it's well written, but I feel like you cannot play this game, with someone that you don't really know, because sometimes like there could be some triggering questions that, can start a fight. Like, we show those couples that go online and that, they share about, their sweet and tender moments and they're truthful and, they're talking truth to one another. What we're not showing is there's a camera that is filming that portion of the scene. But we're not showing you the behind the camera where there's probably 2, 3 therapist. That was probably an hour or 2 hours of training that went into that segment. Like, we don't really see how much they invest in advertisement and where are the costs all going. We just know that they present something that seems true. And so you have people doing these cards, playing these games, right? Are they hired to play a certain role? Like, we don't know. So that's why I like to question all things. I like to question things. So this game right here, I feel like is not fit for two people in a room to just go at it with these cards, these blah, blah, blah cards. I feel like it can trigger shit. Okay. And if you're with someone who you think, you've been together for like 10 years, 20 years, and you start playing that game, like, triggers can roll. And if you don't really know that person, you might be surprised. You might be surprised at the type of reaction trigger does, especially in these times right now. Trigger is something real. Anything can trigger you. Actually, there's more things right now in these times that are more triggering than appeasing. What is that? That's an indicator. That's an indicator that whatever you are facing on the external has no influence whatsoever on what's going on in the internal. So the more you let go of that external narrative that you so much want to play out into your mind that keeps you in that limitative state, you can go ahead and absorb all the triggers. But that can do two things, depending on the amount of lessons you've been through. Right? The first amount of triggers to a person that has done the work, the shadow work especially, right? That has done the shadow work, meaning that they have uncovered all parts of themselves. The ones that was hurting, the ones that was crying, the one that felt rejected, the one that felt abandoned, the one that felt ignored, the one that felt irrelevant. You have to look at all these parts of yourself. And it's only when you make peace. And when I say peace, like it's a continual process. It's not something that you just sign there, my friend. This is peace. When you sign there, you will find peace for eternity. And then you're like, no, I don't sign contracts. I have not read the fine prints. Thank you. Yo, I'm being dark. Yeah. So how did you learn about sex? Ultimately, what I'm trying to say here is, these cards, you need to have a certain training in order to really show that you can master, right, the answers that come out of these cards. Like you can stand in integrity, you can stand in your truth, you can stand in, like, it demands a lot of training. So if you're one that's done the work and you sit down with these cards and you answer truthfully to each and every one of them, to yourself first, not to anybody else, you ultimately will see the type of preparedness you have to face something, some deep shit. Like, whether it's related to you, your identity, all these things. But if you have not done the training, the shadow work, you have not come into reconciling with all aspects of yourself, what the full moon is going to do, we are actually in the full moon energy. So I'm just briefing you guys. For someone that has not done the shadow work, they're going to be, you see this card, this pile of cards? You see this pile of cards? This pile of cards are going to be triggers that are going to be coming at a fast pace, because your gifts are activating. All of your gifts are activating, and that's for everybody around the world. So you have people that have not done the shadow work, and those are the triggers coming in rapidly from all angles. If you have not mastered your sword, meaning your thoughts, meaning when to slay a fucking demon, when shame when guilt want to creep up in your mind. Right? You know how to switch it up. You know how to alchemize. That's mastering your sword. But you have not done the shadow work. So maybe some thoughts are creeping up in your head. And you feel like you are going crazy. You're the craze. So now you're like, what is going on? That's a part of yourself that you had ignored. But right now, because of the times we're coming in, the moon right now is facilitating all the little things. Those that have done the work is the small change that is going to be coming through, right? The small change or triggers. And you're going to see it, you'll be like, I'm not phased, I'm not phased. That is not true. And you let it go. You transmute. This is for those ones that done their work. But those that have not done their work, they are going to see these piles of triggers coming at them like arrows. They'll be planting in your back. You don't even see them coming. We call them tower moments. You decrease. You go crazy, my friend. That is why shadow work is important. I had someone telling me once, wow, it takes a lot amount of work to, like the person was calling me actually a loony. Like he was calling me crazy because I had told them the type of tools I had implemented in my lifestyle, in my discipline of life to master, to do the shadow work and to overcome the trauma that I had experienced. And that person was literally saying, was pitying me, literally saying like, well, at that amount of time that you do utilize to focus on the internal world. I mean, what's left for the outer world? Like, are you really are you okay? Like you're talking to your higher self and your inner child and your divine feminine, your divine masculine and your dragon and your higher self and your ego. I mean, it sounds to me like you're crazy. That's what the person was saying to me. And I was like, oh, that's nice. It's okay, my friends. We see you. We see you. You think it's laughable? Wait now. Wait. Wait. You have been seen. I'm serious, y'all. It's crazy. So the shadow work right now is really important because the moon is bringing up to the surface some shit that you've probably buried 6 feet, 9 feet, 12 feet, infinite feet into the soil that is coming up to the surface emotionally, psychologically, mentally, physically, financially, materially. Shit is coming off quick. And if you have not done the work, you're going to feel like you are being attacked. Invisible attacks coming left and right from all angles. That's why it's important for you to do something very creative that you love doing. It's important for you to journal. It's important for you to transmute the energy. Transmute it. Transmute it. Don't sit down. Don't sit down. Like if you need to rest, yes, go to sleep. Actually, go to sleep while meditating. Lay flat on your back, Wakanda style. And breathe. And put in some intention. Ask why you're going to sleep. That is actually you relinquishing. That is you surrendering. The ailment, the whatever narrative you've told yourself about that illusion that is being sent to you through whatever to destabilize you internally, right, is being shown to you. And now you have a choice. What are you going to do? Are you going to surrender to the internal or are you going to surrender to the external? It's a fucking battle. That's why when we say the revolution will not be televised, it's exactly what we are saying. The revolution will not be televised. So when we go back to our card and it says, how did you learn about sex? This can be very triggering. I beg, my friends, how did you learn about sex? Some people is through molestation at maybe 2 years old, 3 years old. How are you going to have a conversation if the other person in front of you have not done their work? They are going to be spooked, freaked out. They are going to look at you like you are some garbage. They are going to judge you immediately. This is not for play. Whoever's ready to play that game is because they've done the work. Don't be at home doing that game if you have not done the work. Like, this is a warning. I'm serious. Don't do any game cards if you have not done the work. Please. So going back to that question, how did you learn about sex? How did you learn about sex? And be truthful to yourself. Lastly, have you ever felt like a complete and utter failure? Ooh. Now I like this question a lot. You know why? Because this question right now can be very triggering too. I'll explain. Have you ever felt like a complete and utter failure? Right now, because we're going to 11 on the clock. Yes, that's the truth. That's the truth. So right now, right now, people don't know where to put head. They're like someone is drowning in water, but it's not literal water, it's air. But it's gasping for air to actually be free and liberated. So let's say you're feeling shameful because shit is crumbling around you and you don't have any idea how to deal with it. So you feel like a fucking failure. Right? And that's shame. That's a lot of guilt. That's a lot of, I wasn't good enough. Right? So you're feeling unworthiness. Go back to my channel now. Go back to my channel. Listen to my songs. Go on my Instagram. If you are being called to, go to my Instagram and go through my videos. I'm serious. At this point, I'm feeling a lot of pain. A lot of things being withheld. But they're just waiting to burst out. And that's because of the full moon that we're stepping in. So whatever you are going through, right, you're going to have to fight that feeling that wants to be right about you. It's not you. It's an old identity. It's an old part of you that you used to hang on to because probably you've seen someone in your life, whether it's a mother or father or someone of authority in your life that you felt were a complete failure, right? They probably didn't live up to the expectation of being a mom, a good mom, or to the expectation of being a good dad, or to the expectation of being there when you need them, or feeling safe in your body, or making sure that, your authority figures are there to make you feel secure. So this can be very triggering at this point. If you are playing these type of games, like make sure you're not doing this for fun. Like seriously. So have you felt like a complete and utter failure? Yes, and we all did. At some point, I hated failure. But there's a bigger me that knows that I'm not failure. Right? I was made in my Creator's image. So I cannot be a failure now. You have told me that I'm a failure, but I'm not a failure now. My friends. I beg. I beg. Yeah. So, yes. Like, seriously, guys. Wow. This is nice. This is real nice. Woohoo! Okay, I like this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's love lingual. But again, you need to be prepared when playing this game. Like this ain't no play, is what I'm hearing. This ain't no play. So next, we're gonna utilize the herbs. So this is a book that I got. It's in French. It's called L'Herbier. And it talks about the different folklore, the story behind the myths of what herbs do for you on a whole other level, right? There's the moon cycles here, right? So everything goes in cycles. If y'all didn't know, now you know. So it's like a little dictionary, but it's really, really cool. So I'm into herbs, all kinds of herbs. You heard it from me first, okay? I'm in some herbs, all kind of herbs. You heard it from me first. So what are the cards saying as we are needing some form of support from our earthly kingdom tribe, our earthly ancestors? What are the herbs that can support us right now at this very time? What are the herbs that we need or that are going to be helpful for us at this time? So the first card that jumped out, let me tell y'all what it is. Wow, I cannot believe for real, y'all. This ain't no play. Did y'all see the card jump? It like literally jumped. And what it say? Nouveau départ. New beginning, baby. What's that? Mouron des oiseaux. What is that? I've never seen that plant before. I don't know if y'all can see, but it's a plant. And it says new beginning. That's interesting. I don't know what that plant is. I don't know it all. So there's always a book somewhere. And that's really, really good. You know, when you can affirm that you don't know it all, you know what you know. Okay. Let me just put it that way. You know what you know, but we don't know it all. You understand? And then you ask to know. So I'm going to read it. Okay. So I'll read it in French and I'll translate it quickly. Nouveau départ. It says Mouron des oiseaux. So the scientific name for the plant is Stellaria media. Stellaria media. Le mouron des oiseaux chante le début prometteur et vous souhaite la bienvenue sur le chemin qui est le vôtre. Ces petites fleurs en forme d'étoile vous murmurent. Il est temps. Vous n'êtes pas sûr d'être prête. Ne vous inquiétez pas. Tout doucement, cette plante va ouvrir vos cellules, renouveler votre énergie et votre vie. C'est le bon endroit pour prendre un nouveau départ. Il l'exprime joyeusement en dégringolant des pots et des jardinières laissés à l'abandon en ville ou à la campagne ou en repartant toujours. Il vous débarrasse peu à peu des croyances qui ont fait leur temps, de tout ce qui ne vous sert plus et ouvre vos fenêtres intérieures pour laisser entrer les idées neuves. Qu'est-ce qui vous empêche de changer ce que vous mourrez d'envie de changer? Vous trimballez peut-être des couches et des couches d'insécurité intérieure ou de vieilles colères non réglées. Le mouron des oiseaux vous dit en souriant, regardez qui vous êtes sans ces fardeaux et vous guide pour repartir à zéro. Wow, I'm loving this. So, wow. I like this. So one mantra that you can say with this plant, if you use it, is the mantra behind it is, my life is simplified. I know my life is simplified. I know my life is simplifying, or my life is simplified. I love that my life has simplified. I love that my life has simplified. Right now you can feel like you're in a period of, A lot of things are unfolding, not the way you've expected them, but like that's just like the darkness before the light. Okay, so maybe you're losing things that you think used to make you stable, that were part of your old beliefs, that you needed certain things in order to feel stable from within. But that was an illusion, that was a lie. So now with the moon, especially this full moon, you're going to have the chance to realize some of the things that you thought was true to your identity. You're going to realize that no, it is not. Oh my God. So burping was the confirmation. Y'all, for real. 220 on the clock. Y'all. Okay, thank y'all. That was funny. That was really funny. So yes, right now, this plant is saying you're going to need to look around the things that you think has happened has happened to you, are actually things that are happening for you, for wherever you're going on this new journey. You just got to trust there's something greater that is unfolding right behind it. So we're going to utilize the Light Seer Tarot. I love that deck. I really, really do. If you want to donate some decks, go ahead and donate. Send it to me. I'll let you know the P.O. box to which you can send those beautiful, beautiful decks. I love tarot. I really do. And yeah. So let's get... Wow. Guys. Okay. So I have a different way of reading it now, so I'm happy about that. I really am. Thank you so much. Okay, one last one. Wow, I just saw the moon. I just saw the moon. Okay, so let's see. So what do we got to clarify, right? How do we simplify our lives? Or what is the message that wants to come through for the collective tonight? 222 on the clock. King of Swords. Interesting. 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 The Ten of Swords. Wow. Okay, let's see, where is this going? Whew. The Lovers in reverse. And lastly, let me put this right here. Let's move that up. That's too many cards. Wow. So the King of Pentacles in reverse. What is that message? Okay. And the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay. So what I'm getting with this, the Page of Wands in reverse, first of all, I feel like that's the overcrowding energy. So if you are in the Page of Wands energy in reverse, meaning you're afraid to take some risk, you're probably not sure, where to be headed. You probably, have something that you've wanted to do, but you're stopping yourself in the tracks. And that energy, what's really behind it, I'll tell you exactly what it is so that you can start simplifying your life right now. So we got the King of Sword energy right here. We got the King of Sword energy. And then, oh, water just spilled. So we got the King of Sword energy. And the King of Sword right now is ruling the earthly kingdom. So because it is ruling the earthly kingdom, the King of Sword is, first of all, someone who is very logical and analytical. The King of Sword usually is someone who, likes to take in consideration different perspective. He likes to analyze and overanalyze. And so right now, because the crowning energy is that Page of Wands in reverse, ultimately what it is saying is that the King of Sword is too much invested in his earthly matters, in his finances. He's overthinking it. He's trying to see where, things haven't gone right. Like he's really trying to figure it out. Why has, his earthly or 3D manifestations aren't going, or, why is his earthly matters not in order? Right? And so the King of Sword is literally just being too much in his head about the things that he aspired or the things that he worked on, that he's really not at peace right now, because the overcrowning energy is this Page of Wands, right? You want to do something, but you're stopping yourselves in the tracks because you got this over analyzing as to why the things in your 3D reality aren't what they're supposed to be, right? You're over analyzing, you're overthinking by looking at the facts, the 3D real facts, and that's complicating your life right now. You want to simplify this? Then turn that energy upside down. Stop looking for evidence. You are the proof. You just need to tap in. You are the proof. Okay? So that's what's happening in the earthly kingdom. Now, in my air kingdom, we have the 10 of Swords. So we got air on top of air. Meaning that the 10 of Swords is literally saying, you're at, you've maxed out your mental strength. You're overburning yourself right now. You're overdoing it. You're overthinking it. Not only that, you feel totally, you feel burdened and you feel betrayed because you feel like shit ain't going your way the way you thought that it was supposed to. So it's keeping you in this state of being that is not of trust, more so mistrust. Right? You're feeling like, you're feeling like a victim. What? That things are happening to you. But again, that's from this overcrowned energy of Page of Wands. You're not wanting to look at life in a more simplified way. You want to complicate yourself. So you're going to look at the burdens. You're going to feel overburdened. You're going to think of overburdens and betrayals and why shit ain't happening for you. But that's just not true. That's an illusion. So that's what's happening in the air kingdom. In the fire kingdom, we got the King of Pentacles in reverse. So because again, that is the crowning energy, the King of Pentacles in reverse is telling you that right now, the crowning energy of your fire or of your fire kingdom is a king of pentacles that is very greedy with his energy, not wanting to just not wanting to invest. Like, you're just being all over the place. You're not focused. You're not concentrated. You're not utilizing your creative energy properly. Right? Because again, the overcrowning energy is the Page of Wands in reverse. So you, when it comes to your fire department or your fire kingdom, like, everybody's running around. Imagine that, okay? You are in the fire kingdom and you are in your kingdom and you're looking from your palace out into, the whole kingdom, and you see people are running around with their heads cut off, like, are running around. They just don't know where they're going, but they're just going. Right? That is a King of Pentacles that is not focused on this. He's focused on everything around it but this. That's why he's in reverse. So he may be greedy. He may be like not wanting to look at his own shit. Maybe trying to blame people for not, for his investments that he lost. Right? Or wherever his attention was going towards in terms of creativity. So whatever you were focused on that was igniting your passions, whether it's good passions or whether it's bad passions, because we know good passions usually are what? Are dreams. Good passions are like motivational, right? It's something that we aspire to become. But I want to say good or bad, but I don't want to say good or bad, but those are the terms that comes to mind right now, right? But perceived as good is going to be, right? You're focused on your dreams. That's when it's in the upright. You're focused on this one goal. You know where you're going and you're dedicating all of your life to achieve this and to maintain it, right? It speaks of wisdom, but like this is scattered energy. You're not focused on this. You're focused on everything around, all that glitters around, but not necessarily is gold. So you're focused on the external passions, and those external passions can become obsessions because they're perceived as bad. They're perceived as bad, yes. Like they have a negative effect on you. So you're probably obsessing over things. You're probably diluted in your energy or how you focus on things because you're focusing on many things at the same time. So that is what's happening in your fire kingdom with your energy. Your energy is being dispersed. And then we got the Lovers for our water kingdom. So what I'm getting, the Lovers in reverse. So basically, what I'm getting with that is you're not even in a position to want to choose what you feel. That's some fucked up shit. You're not even in a position to sit down and feel something. Like you can't even choose. Like because the triggers are coming in, or you're not trying to simplify your life, you're just being hit from left and right. Like you don't even know what to put your heart, rest your heart. So you got to start simplifying your life. And when I say your life, what I mean necessarily is simplify the attachments, the things that you're holding on to. 2:33 on the clock. Thank you, Ascended Masters. So basically what I'm getting is simplify yourself. Simplify yourself by not focusing too much on the external. Simplify yourself by not being too much into the pain of what was done to you or what you think was done to you. Simplify yourself by having a discipline of life. Like having a schedule and staying on schedule. And if you feel like at some point your thoughts are just allowing you to be scattered and feel scattered, have yourself dress up a plan as to how you're going to fight these battles that are internally. So have a plan, have a structure to how you recognize certain patterns and you deal with them. Those are called tools, emotional tools, reactionary tools. And then the Lovers in reverse in the water department, what you ultimately want to do is sit down with the emotions and name them, journal, or speak them out. Because a lot of them need to come out. A lot of them need to be processed. And you can't really do it right now because you're not even in a position to choose what you want to feel. They're just hitting you left and right. That's because you're not simplifying your life, is the message that I'm getting tonight. That was a hardcore one. That was a hardcore one. What? What am I channeling right now? For real. Wow. And then we got the World. Yes, again. The focus is not the external world. It's the internal world. The focus, again, to simplify your life is not going to be from, you're focusing outwardly. It's going to be the focus inwardly. This is what the card is saying. Ashe. Yes. Because right now, a lot of people are feeling left out in the cold. But it's an illusion. It's a test. Right now we're going through a fucked up test. And only those that choose to remain playful, hopeful, focus on a new beginning, a new way of behaving, being, thinking, eating. Okay. Why did that come out like that? Yo, these cards. 5 of Swords. Who is this? Who is in this energy? So we said the Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, a lot of people are feeling failure and defeat. But you need to simplify your life. That's my advice for you. Anything else before we close out this message? That's a whole one. That's a whole one. Wow. So we got the 4 of Cups and the Knight of Cups in the Knight of Cups. Wow. So what is this 4 of Cups? So I feel like see how she got 4 cups, but she ain't focused on none of them? Like she's thinking, where is my cup? But she got 4 cups in front of her. But she's focused on this one single one when she has whole 4s. So she's feeling ungrateful. But you need to come to the conclusion that this ungratefulness feeling is ultimately disabling you from tapping into the Page of Wands energy, simplifying your life, and really get creative. Yeah, have patience. Have patience and reward yourself. Celebrate yourself, reward yourself, and definitely when you start implementing those tools of simplifying your life, you're going to realize that there's a lot you need to celebrate for, especially if you're still alive. If you're still alive, there's a lot for you to celebrate. But you're going to have to do the work. I want to clarify the 4 cups, and then we're going to close that out. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, guys? There's a reason to a season, yeah. There's a reason to a season. Wow, yeah. So I got clarified. So the 8 of Cups clarified the 4 cups. So we're talking about cups here. A lot of emotion, turbulence. So 8 cups plus 4 cups equals 12 cups. And 12 cups adds up to a 3. You're not getting creative. right now. You need to get creative. Have a plan and have patience, because things are unfolding, not just the way you think that they should unfold. Understand? Things are unfolding, and you need to remain hopeful. Though I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away. And be hopeful, hopeful that he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay, 'cause we hopeful. Who sings that song? Woo. Here I am playing with fire. 'Cause I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away. And be hopeful, hopeful that he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay, 'cause we hopeful. Okay, let me put these cards away. Okay, so the last two cards I just flipped from the top is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands and the Chariot. I feel like, so the Ten of Wands, what I'm getting with this, like an opportunity is coming in to help you alleviate this Ten of Wands energy. Something is coming in quick, but it's going to require for you to be in alignment, be in that Page of Wands energy where your life is simplified. You're no longer overcomplicating. Yes, let's go. Let's sage a bit. That energy was a bit too much, but we're going to cleanse the cards. You know, we light up some sage up in this bitch. We light up some sage up in this bitch. Okay, so we done. We're done with the tarot. Thank you so much for the wisdom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How many minutes? 77 minutes in. I like that. I really like doing those messages for y'all guys. Yay. So, okay. So yeah, speak it into existence that all is happening for you, not to you. And anchor in that knowing, in that truth. And celebrate. Celebrate that things are shifting for you. Shifting for you, not to you, for you. Okay, so 242. Okay. Yeah, water is good for you. Water is really, really good for you right now. I'm going to take a few. I just want to, let's sing a little bit. Okay, you know what? I like this chorus. So I've been writing, and I'm very thankful and grateful that, that's one of my gifts. I love to sing. I love to sing. And so I'm grateful that, as part of my journey. So what I want to say is, watching me slicing the head of my demons. No need to fight death. No need for death time to fight back. Break all walls of illusion. Watching me, of illusion. Don't fight the feeling, swing your sword, you're winning. Wait. No, it's not, it doesn't go like that. How does it go? Let me start over, okay? So it goes like this. It goes like this. Watching me slicing the head of my demons. No need for that time to fight back. Break all walls of illusion. Don't fight the feeling, swing your sword. You're winning, keep breathing. Hey, watching me slicing the head of all my demons. And then it goes, quand j'entends des voix qui me disent de me faire titre et de ne... qui me disent de me taire et de ne pas y croire. Anyways, so that's one of the songs that I've written. Watching me slicing the head of my demons. No need for death time to fight back, break all walls of illusions. Don't fight the feeling, swing your sword, you're winning, keep breathing. Watching me slicing the head of all my demons. Yeah, so we gotta fight. We gotta fight with love. We gotta fight with love. So what's the message from our archangels? What is the message? What is the message? Or what is the message? What is the message? What is the message? Or what is the message? What is the message? What is the message? Or what is the message? What is the message? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is the message? Ooh, look at that. Look at what we got. So again, we got the magician, Archangel Raziel. And then we got the 10 of Gabriel. So what I'm getting with this ultimately is the magician. Let me read the card in French and then I'll translate. Vous pouvez avoir la vie dont vous rêvez. Ce dont vous avez besoin apparaîtra comme par magie. Des débuts réussis. So what it's saying basically is all your manifestations are coming through. They are coming true. Just keep on walking. Keep on walking that faith that it is coming true, because it is. And then we got the 10 of, I think is, the 10 of Wands. Okay, so what I'm getting with the 10 of Wands. So what is this saying? The card saying, demandez à vos anges de vous envoyer des gens serviables pour alléger votre fardeau. Trop d'heures de travail, trop d'efforts pour plaire aux autres. So what I'm getting with this is you've manifested people that are going to come into your life, or there's going to be opportunities for you to delegate, is what I'm truly getting here. I claim this message. The ancestors approve of this message. I say. So yes, you've manifested situations, people, you've manifested circumstances where you're no longer going to be needing to do it all by yourself. You're going to have divine assistance, and divine assistance is going to bring forth individuals, communities, friendships, partnerships, romantic partnerships, all kinds of ships, okay? All kinds of ships to come and help alleviate your burdens. Because again, the burdens that you think that you carried were not yours to carry in the first place. So because you have come into the knowing that within you lies real magicians, life force. Within you lies a whole kingdom of magic. And so with the magic, you can shape the life that you want to live. Right? So ask to your spiritual team to really bring you forth situations, circumstances, people, opportunities for you to really stand in your manifestation state of being. For you to be constantly reminded of your greatness, because that is your birthright. Ashe. Ashe. Let's go. Now, am I going to utilize some tarot? Okay. We are utilizing some tarot. What did I use before? I didn't. Okay, so I used the Light Seer Tarot. Now I'm going to be using this one right here. It's the Tarot of the Divine. I really like this one. I really like this one deck. So let's get into the underlying message. Right. So what's the underlying message? So we got the Nine of Coins. It came out on the flip side. I flipped it in the upright. Let's see what is it. What does it take? What does it get? So we got the Strength in reverse. What is? And then we got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Wow, so now we got the Knight of Wands in reverse. Wow, and then we got the Ten of Swords. So that's the crowning energy. Okay, so let me read this. So the Ten of Swords is the crowning energy. Okay. Now, what is this telling me is that you had, or whoever that message is pertaining to, you had stability. Let's just say material stability, financial stability. And then, what is this? Strength. Your stability has starting to shift, to change. You started devaluing, or you started losing hope in your stability. Maybe it was through some events that happened, that unfolded. And what it got you is that it got you in that place of being, flighty with your emotions. Maybe on and off. Maybe, not being very conducive for proper energy to run through you. So, it's like you feel that you needed to step into that position of being, I want to say flighty, but also very like in and out, like a player type vibe. That's how you were driving your passions. You were driving your passions very in and out. You weren't necessarily focused. You didn't have inspired action. You were just doing things because you were keeping, or you were trying to stay in that 9 of coins, that stability. Very externally driven is what I'm getting with this card. And by, doing these flighty actions that were not necessarily anchored in truth, whoever you is, if you feel that you are being called, you've wasted emotional resources. You wasted a whole lot of emotional resources being thrown out left and right through your various actions that brought in consequences. So you weren't saving up your energy. You weren't focused on, making sure that, you find time to go into introspection, to heal, to address underlying issues. Like you weren't saving up your energy for yourself. You were being very, no, greedy is not the word. Like you were overspending. You were over giving, like in a very, very chaotic way. And that is what brought in that 10 of Swords, that betrayal, that feeling of betrayal. Like you're feeling like you're being betrayed. I just want to clarify that. The Hermit. That's why maybe you're probably isolated. 3 of Pentacles. Judgment. Wow, Judgment card is here, guys. And then the 3 of Wands. So what I'm getting, or by feeling this betrayal, you are maybe needing to go into isolation because you maybe don't trust anybody around you, right? And maybe you feel like you're not being understood. You're just needing to go in. But by going in, there is something that is unfolding for you. Something is unfolding for you. By going in, by retrieving, by staying within, something is happening to you. You're being given 3 coins, 3 pentacles. And I feel like by you retrieving and going within, you're going to receive 3 coins or 3 focus. One is going to be internal self-worth, recognizing your value, that you're priceless, that your external stability was nothing compared to your internal spiritual stability. So that's going to be your first focus, recognizing that you're worthy, right? Your self-worth, by tapping into how worthy you are, by affirming those things to yourself. The second focus, so I'm looking at the Three of Pentacles. The first focus is here. The second focus, so you see how there's a cutting head right next to this focus? That's going to be your mental focus. Focus on your mental, how you keep the thoughts that you entertain in your mind. Slice their heads. Watching me slicing the head of my demons. That's exactly what we're talking about here. And then the second focus is going to be, right, what I'm getting with this, the second focus is going to be your motivation, what you're being asked, or maybe your inspired actions. Where is it going to lead you? And then the third focus, you see how she's holding on to that focus? That focus is your high priestess. That's your higher self within you. That is giving you, the proper guidance. She's the one holding it. That's going to be your focus. Look at his eyes, looking at the pentacle. So he got three focus. When you retrieve, you focus on your mental. You focus on, I want to say, your emotional. And you focus then on whatever instruction your higher self is giving you. So mental, emotional, higher self. Okay? So that's going to be the three forms of focus you're going to have to, really focus in. And that's going to bring some form of judgment. Right now you're feeling betrayed. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Depending on if you can relate to the story. If you can, then that's your message. If it's not, then let it fly. But what I'm getting with this is ultimately judgment is going to be called. It's like restoration. But it's not going to be, 3D external restoration. It's internal restoration. But you're going through judgment. The scales are going to be brought into balance only when you start having the right internal focus. Because that's your judgment. That's what you have to do. If you continue to focus externally on this Nine of Coins, you're going to still feel that betrayed deep within you. You're not going to be able to escape. That's judgment. You need to have a different focus. Retrieve. Go within and have a different focus. Focus on your three internal resources. That's going to bring some form of judgment. And then you'll be able to free yourself. The Three of Wands. The Three of Wands speaks also of watching your manifestations unfold. Or watching, the things that you've, put in the work. It progressed. You see, 1, 2, 3. 3 wands, but it's a progression, right? It's an investment that grows. And then that turns into a ladder where you can escape and watch how you were able to apply and practice, right? Applied practice doesn't bring necessarily perfection. It just brings in betterment. So we need to make the distinction clear here. Thank you for the message. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that helps. I don't know why I flew that card like that. I do apologize. Ooh, let me not be so arrogant. So definitely right now is a very good time to retreat. Go within. Keep the same focus. If you were once already be in retreat mode, it's going to be probably the other way around. It's going to be time for you to step out, put yourself out there. But those that are feeling the betrayal, right now is the time for you to come inside and really address what is going on within you. Okay, so that was the message for today. Guys, I hope you really enjoyed this. I enjoy my time with you. 3:03 on the clock. So yeah, it's going to be time for me to exit. So I want to say thank y'all for coming through tonight. Thank y'all to the audience. Thank y'all to my ancestors. All of y'all that came through. Thank you. And so I'm going to end the live here. Take care of your minds, your hearts, and your entire being. Take heed of the message. You can listen to it again. I try to come live twice in the week. So if it's something that you do appreciate, well, then I am here being in the receptive mode to receive the love, to receive the comments. I love the comments that y'all leave. I love, the donation, the energies that y'all send in. So keep sending it. Okay, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming through, and we'll see y'all next time.